So in your case, if you have 2, 3, 4 dog grooming or daycare facilities that are stale, that are not providing what needs to be provided in the 21st century, you swoop in. And that's what we do as entrepreneurs. But I have found that a lot of business owners that don't have entrepreneurial mindset have that scarcity mindset and get really antsy when there are some fresh entrepreneurs that are coming in trying to shake up the game. People are like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, no. Like, oh, Nikki, you can't have an app. Nobody will buy the app. There's over 250 students on my waiting list to join the app.
That is
Like,
so amazing.
like
Oh my
we
gosh.
have to push forward and do what we need to do in the way that makes us feel good and comfy about the way that we're doing it. And that is literally the definition of entrepreneurship, like trying something new to get a different result.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly. There's some unmet need
absolutely.
that you're trying to
Absolutely.
meet. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's good. Well, thank you so much for being generous with your time. Is there anything else you want to talk about or tell the people since you have this audience? You want to brag on your businesses anymore or give us
Yeah.
website names or anything good like that? Give it
Yes.
all to us. Yeah.
Yes. So I would say what I needed to hear, I would like to tell the people what I needed to hear at the beginning of my entrepreneurship journey, which is around success. So right now, if you were to go on your phone and type in the word success on Google image search, you're going to see a lot of people that are doing this
Yeah.
with like mountains in the background, shadowy figures. Okay, you're gonna see money, you're gonna see vacation homes, you're gonna see the beach, like you're gonna see
Expensive
fancy
cars.
cars, right? All of these things. And when I originally went into entrepreneurship, I fell into it, as most people do. Very few people in the world set out to be an entrepreneur.
It's
They kind of
true.
fall into it by way of being like, I think this could be a path for me. And that's exactly what happened to me. But I was very uneducated, self-taught, but community made. And that is one of the most important things to me around entrepreneurship is community. And for me, I learned about success from my community. So my biggest piece of advice for people is you have to drown out the version of success that you have been fed around what is successful for a business. Now, are there metrics that you need to hit in order to be profitable? Absolutely. We can go over that at a later time. But for me, success is doing what you love and loving the person you are while you're doing it.
Oh my gosh. That's
So
huge.
you become an entrepreneur because you're doing what you love. You are following that passion, friend, whatever it is. But you have to love the person you are while you're doing it. And ultimately, I could not say yes to the second part of that equation. And that is why I closed my first business.
Oh, is that
Um,
right?
and it's
What did it make you feel like? How were
I
you
didn't like the
feeling?
person I was. I didn't like the person I was around our team. I didn't like the person I was with my business partner. I didn't like the relationship I had with my business partner. I didn't like the stress or on edgeness that I always felt. I didn't
That's what I
like
was
my
gonna
lack of
say.
decision-making power. Like I didn't like the person I was. And there was like the audio was not matching the visual. I was on stage talking to college students and administrators all the time about being self-aware, living your best life, and how do you make more people feel like they matter. And then I'd go work on the business and literally be like, I hate this. I hate the
Oh my
person I am while I'm
gosh.
doing this. And that business was like a baby to me. I mean, I made my first $250,000 with that business.
Oh my
I
God.
started that
That's
business
so
in my parents'
awesome.
basement. Like, like it can be challenging, but as entrepreneurs, my biggest piece of advice is you have to love what you're doing, but you also have to love the person you are while you're doing it. And
If
entrepreneurship is
it's not
not
making you happy, it's
it's
not for
right.
everyone.
If it's not making you happy, if it's not fulfilling you, then you have to reconsider. And sometimes that doesn't mean that you're not an entrepreneur. That just means that maybe you're not walking in your right path with the right people. And in my case, that's exactly what it was. So for a
And look
long
at what a
time,
huge pivot you're
yep,
making right now. It's huge.
yep, yep. And for a long time, I was in a space where I thought that entrepreneurship was an escape from working for somebody else. It
Yep.
was an escape for working for somebody else. I hated corporate. I'm
That
not.
was my motivation
Yep.
too. That was my exact motivation.
Yep.
Mhm.
And when I think about it, yes, am I my own boss? Yes, but I'm still working for other people.
You
Um,
sure are a whole bunch of other
yes,
people. Now you
yes,
have like 1,000 bosses
exactly. And like,
one or two.
exactly. And you might, if you might be in a similar circumstance or maybe different, you might have investors. You might have people that you rent from if you have a physical facility, like you might have a board. You may have an advisory group. Like there's a lot of people that you're still going to work for. So
Yep.
in entrepreneurship, you have to love what you do. And that's why
Got
you are
to.
an entrepreneur, because you love whatever you're doing so much that you want to make it your life. But you also have to love the person you are while you're doing it. And you have to be really self-aware and honest with yourself when that's not happening, and either get back on track to make it happen or make an exit so that you can pursue something else.
Now
So,
that's very wise, and that's exactly why I'm pivoting from supporting CEOs to
yes,
supporting entrepreneurs.
yes,
I know there's always going to be big money in what I'm doing, but I'm not fulfilled.
yep,
I'm an adjunct instructor also. And I never get a bigger rush than when I'm teaching. I love it. So that's how come, like, I think I relate when, you're like, well, all of a sudden I just had to speak in front of a crowd and I was like, wait a minute, I like this.
yep,
That's how teaching was for me. I've always, I've trained people certainly, and I have 4 kids. So automatically, right, once you have kids, you have to teaching little people stuff all the time.
mm,
But like getting the opportunity to like help these young adults learn how to think for themselves, question everything that they've been being told all this time, like, man, it's
yep,
such a rush. It's such a rush,
yep,
and I love it. So I'm like, wait a minute, I think I can take this knowledge that I gained in corporate America and put it together with this rush I get from teaching people and be a business coach, right? Like,
absolutely.
I
And
can at least try it.
more entrepreneurs need business coaches to give and provide sound advice, because sister friend over here, I could have used Natasha about 2.5 years ago. Uh, over and over again.
I
Yep,
know, and that's how come, like, I completely plan on creating a community kind of like we have with the blocks,
yeah,
except for you don't have to pay $4,500 to compete first. You can just come in, and if you're like, if you have a spirit of generosity and, help others help themselves and then receive help from people, be willing to take good advice, constructive advice. That's really the only 2 requirements.
yes, I love it. Well, if I can be of help to the group, don't hesitate to reach out. Um,
You can. I think I'm going to start a Facebook group and I'm going to
yes,
invite everybody who I interviewed to join the group so that if people want to talk to you guys once those videos are out there and you're willing, you're available. I mean, who knows? Somebody, might be listening that wants to open up their own diva dance studio
maybe,
and right, and like you're the one who
maybe.
can tell them all about it because you're right in the thick of it right now. So,
Yes, yes, I can help with franchising, with diva dance stuff more specifically, but really if people are looking to use their voice and speaking as a way to get currency for their business, whether it's money, social capital, investment, clients, that is also where I can be of a super big help.
oh, well,
Um,
I'm gonna need your help with that soon. So,
yes,
I'll be in
okay,
touch for sure. Oh,
definitely, most
I'm
definitely.
gonna go to the inclusion app. Can I
Yes,
get some? I can get some better stuff, right, on the inclusion
yes.
app about that, can I?
Yep. So, and I'm gonna send you instructions after this call on how you can access it,
All
so that you
right.
can go in and see it. But yes, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, perfect. That was up. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining
Of
me.
course.
And, I'm sure we'll be in touch soon. Been a pleasure.
Yes. All right. Have an awesome day,
All
y'all.
right, you too. Bye, everybody.
See ya.